Hey guys, what's going on? Legion here playing more Elden Ring Night Reign, and so we're at the final boss, and I can see a lot of areas where I can still make adjustments and improve, but I was quite happy to get here for the first time. I do need to find out how to get more health flasks, as I know that you can get them from little altars during your time in the areas before the final boss and each different day, but there's just way too many mistakes that I make, and obviously I have to spend more time watching the boss itself and when it does certain attacks, especially when it flails around this sword here, as these are little things that could make all the difference, and then I'm so far away still trying to attack it, and I think it's just obviously the anticipation and anxiety for fighting this new boss that I really don't know all the mechanics of. So there's going to be a learning curve here, as I'm sure for most people there will be, because they don't really know the mechanics unless they've watched a video prior, which I did not do. But I think for the most part we get the boss down quite a bit, and ultimately I think me having more health flasks might make a difference in being able to get other players up when they go down. But this was definitely our best attempt, and our second attempt is not as glorious at all. But I thought these two players here were amazing, and they really helped, and it allowed me to sort of get better as well. So I definitely noticed a lot of improvement in the way that I played the game, but obviously there's still room for loads of improvement, and I think a little bit of that too is part of the weapons that you pick along the way, and just trying to make sure that they're going to be good and complement your play style and obviously your character that you're playing. I think it's important to take time while you're going through the days to make sure you get lots of let's just call it money, right? Whatever that is, some sort of essence, so you can keep leveling up your character, so you can be stronger when you get in here. But obviously at times I feel like the weaker link, and it's probably because I am. These other people have probably played a lot more. I only probably play twice a day, so I'm kind of doing other things as well. So I think if I maybe spent more time playing the game, I would obviously be better. But here I just look ridiculous because I'm getting demolished. But it's at 50% life, and I just feel like I could have done a lot more to help my team. So I do need to get a lot better. But we get the boss down quite far, and potentially I need to pick a different character. I like to play this character, but I think maybe I need something a little bit more long range. And you could see here that he almost got me, and then he does get me up. But it also comes at a price, because now we're sacrificing damage to the creature where we potentially could have been a little further along in killing the creature. So like I said, it helps a lot to watch yourself play. So even if you don't make videos and you potentially have a screen recorder, I still think you could benefit from it if you're struggling a little bit in the game. And I obviously see that I'm making a lot of mistakes. Like, it's just like they just got me up and I'm already down again. So it's kind of pointless for them to even sort of get me up. They should just be focusing on the boss. But obviously you want to rely on your teammates. And up to this point, which I didn't show all that because I really just wanted to focus on the boss, was that I actually did really good until I got to this point. But I guess it doesn't really matter how well you played in the regular season, right? All that really matters is how you played in, the final game. So this is sort of where I completely just ultimately failed my team and did not help them enough at all. And I was definitely the weaker link, because we had it down to like 40%, and then I come around and I just start sucking and really hurt our team here. So that's pretty much the biggest thing I see that I could have done differently is just, I guess, not suck. But then some of the attacks are a little bit unavoidable, so it's a little bit difficult to just right out say that it's my fault. But definitely I'm a huge contributor into the fact of us not successfully defeating this boss on this attempt right here, as I think we were all very capable and could have easily done it and achieved it. But it's just something I think on my part, so I need to get better, a lot better. And that's pretty much the gist of it, right? You're gonna have to watch out. This guy turns into 3 dogs, and watch out for the swinging flail. But ultimately, he was able to get up what's his name, Salome one more time, and it's just, I feel bad really, because if I potentially hadn't been such a terrible player, we could have made it a little bit further. Quite the adjustment, especially if you're only playing 2 times a day and you're essentially making it to the final boss now every time. You're definitely getting a little bit more practice, but 2 times a day is probably not enough. I think we're gonna have to hit this really hard if I want to be successful and then also be a contributor to the team. But I'm gonna skip ahead in the clip a little bit so I can show you how far down we got him and then sort of what happened. So honestly, that was pretty much it. They went down and then we got defeated. But here's our next attempt, and this actually took place today. It was my first time playing the game for the day, so I was pretty happy that we got to the final boss. And as a team, I would say that we did struggle a little bit right out the gate, so we don't get this guy nowhere near as defeated as the prior time. But it was still kind of nice to come back in. This time, I mean, obviously, I jumped out of the way of the blade there, so a little bits of improvement, not crazy, but I was alive a little bit longer. But I guess ultimately things worth noting are that it seemed like we had a great start here, we really did, and then I don't know what happened, we sort of just fell apart. But I did die a couple times, but not nearly as much as last time. I had a little bit more health flasks this time, but it still wasn't enough. But we, just as a team, I could tell in the beginning, we had some lag here, which was really weird. But essentially, I noticed like right out the gate that we were struggling with the first boss a little bit, and the second boss didn't really pose too much problem. But I think in the day 2 we wasted a lot of time where we should have been doing other things and collecting more, I guess, essence, money, whatever, to continue leveling up. But we just didn't. I don't know what happened, but ultimately we did kind of waste important time in some of the days when I think we should have been trying to like get more so we could level up. And I did help people get up, so I think that's a little bit important. And then it's so crazy because sometimes the creature will be right near you and then they just sort of go away. So I tried to use this to help, and that did absolutely nothing. If anything, I just ended up going down, and I maybe could have did a lot more damage if I wasn't in that creature form. So that was a missed opportunity right there. But I think I contributed a little bit more this time. But as far as damage done, it just didn't seem like we really did a lot. And it was really hard to even get next to the boss. It just seemed like every time I got there, he was already sort of making his way away. So you could just tell that I am dodging a little bit more and just making adjustments, so I'm definitely happy about that. And here we started to really get into it, and but at this time I've got no health flasks. I've already wasted them all. So the dog part, from what I understand, someone I know has beaten this, but it was solo, and so 2 of them are sort of like not AFK, but one of them attacks. That's the one with the sword, and the other 2 are sort of just hanging around. So if one person could keep them distracted, then you would potentially have a better chance. But I don't know, we sort of just fell apart, but that's okay. I mean, obviously, I think it adds a lot more to it when you finally beat it. That sort of smile that's going to come on your face when you finally are able to do it. So yes, this is terrible, but yeah, so when you're finally able to beat it and you've tried and tried and tried again and it got better and insane improvement, and it's definitely worth it, that feeling. But I think that as you know, they add different, like, maybe creatures to the game or bosses or whatever, because there's supposed to be like a downloadable content eventually. I think, you know, it'll be good to be better at the game. And so I'm not actually sure what happens once you beat all 3 days, but ultimately I'm enjoying the game quite a lot, and if you haven't had a chance to play, I definitely think it's worth it. It's a really fun experience. But anyway, guys, I mean, we don't beat this, we're all pretty much going to die here in a couple seconds, but I really hope you guys enjoyed the content, and we're trying to record at higher frames, so that way you guys see what I'm seeing, because I got a pretty high-end graphics card. So anyway, guys, we appreciate you watching the video, and we're going to bring in you more content. So Legion Nuta out.